Back to one of our top stories now. A rescue mission for a pod of pilot whales stranded on a beach in Western Australia is resuming this morning. Joining us live now, marine biologist Dr Vanessa Pirotta. Doctor, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So what's your understanding of what's happening?
Good morning. A pilot whale stranding or any whale stranding is always a horrible thing. This is where these animals will deliberately come up onto the beach and we have no idea why. And in this case, this is a species that we have seen quite commonly strand. And unfortunately, these animals have come up in, less than 24 hours ago and are now on the beach. Now, overnight, they will have lost some individuals. We expect that when this kind of thing happens, but we don't know why. And so right now, authorities are doing an amazing job. We'll be doing a triage system to try and work out which individuals may be good candidates for returning back to the ocean. And that's really what we want. But unfortunately, there is always that risk that those ones that have been released back out may restrand. And what you're seeing here right now was something we saw pre this event.
And what's that there? I've never seen that before. You've just got a huge pod together swimming towards the shore. What's happened there?
It is an incredible sight to see. In fact, I personally have never seen anything like this. Pilot whales are largely an offshore species. They're very social. They hang out together. But like this is super unusual. In shallow waters, grouped together. At sometimes they're spy hopping. Their little eyes are out of the water. They'll bring their face up and the breaths you can hear tightly huddled. So one of the things here, when I saw this, I personally thought, well, what are they doing? Why are they there? And is this potentially new insights into their behavior before they've stranded? And in this case, unfortunately, they did strand. But with every stranding, we learn a lot more as to maybe why these animals do this.
Well, is there a difference between a stranding and a beaching?
They're the same thing. It's just
Okay.
it's an interchangeable term.
Right.
They strand, they come up and they beach and they're on there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when these animals do that, they've never felt their body weight before. They're really heavy. They're a ton or so more, and they're really good at heating themselves. So they can overheat and die as a result of their weight being crushing their organs. It's a horrible thing.
So they've been caught in the tide here. Low tide's the enemy here, right?
You need good environmental conditions. Now, authorities are best placed to save these animals. So we do ask, and this is a national message, that if you're in the area, you make sure that you allow authorities to do their job. The reason being is when animals like this are really stressed, they do not need people who don't know what they're doing around them to interfere with them and make them even more stressed. And they can potentially hurt people. So public safety is obviously number one,
So
and then the animal safety as well.
Yeah, sorry. So I mean, obviously you want to try and save as many as you can. I mean, how do you get them back to the water if they're stuck?
Yeah, great question. And it depends on where the animals strand. If they're in this location, well, there's people close by, so that helps. Sometimes strandings occur in a really remote area, so you can't get attracted there or boats. One of the methods they could potentially use is, working with those environmental conditions to help get those animals back out to sea. But before you do that and use potentially boats in the area, that's a successful method you've seen in Tasmania where they bring their animals alongside a vessel and take them out to sea. Making sure that these animals are in a condition to be able to go back out. You can invest all these resources in an animal that's only too soon will pass away. So it's really about working out who's a good candidate for survival.
Yeah, key word there. Yeah, some will be lost. Hopefully we can keep that to a minimum. Vanessa, appreciate your time. Thanks for your insight this morning. We'll be watching that story closely, folks.